Welcome back. Let us continue, shall we? Is it just me? Oh, wait, I already talked about this. Alright. When last I spoke with Lord Hean, he said he spent much time in these markets. I had hoped we might find him here today, but alas. Hey, Yagiri, I've been meaning to ask. There are an awful lot of Zaxiala here, aren't there? Oh, I assumed you knew. The Azim Steppe has been home to the nomadic tribes of the Zanel since antiquity. More than 50 roam these lands, and though they do not constitute a nation, there is a heresy of sorts determined through ritual combat. Funny, it's if they're so busy fighting each other, you'd think the Empire would be able to march in and take the step with ease. I wonder why they haven't. Why indeed, Lise? Why indeed? Perhaps they see little value in it, especially given the fierce reputation of the Zala warriors who would fight tooth and nail to oppose it. Okay, give me a moment. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do something. I'm curious how to pronounce this. Okay. All right, Zayla. Okay. These lands were not made for men. The soil is thin and the weather unforgiving. The Zila found ways to survive. It is true, but they are made of sterner stuff than most Imperials construct our citizen. Thanks for taking the time to explain. It sounds like I've got a lot to learn. Later, we're meant to be looking for Hian. People from many tribes gather in reunion to trade goods and information. I should be surprised if we cannot learn something of value here. Let us make our inquiries separately. Akira, why don't you speak with some of the merchants here? Buzz, first Buzz, your choice of lamb or diesel, guaranteed to satisfy. How many will you have, miss? A domain, unless another Daskar is keeping him in her yurt. He is not here. More for her if she took a domain for a husband. But enough about domains. Let's speak of booze. Instead, you cannot come to the Azim step and not sample these most traditional of delicacies. What fortune you have to come hither at this time, freshly slaughtered, every cut available on request. Organs too, hearts, livers, brains, or a brace of blood sausages, if you desire only a snack. A doman, poor meat they make domans. I jest. I did see a young mole in the company of one some few days ago. Roasted fish with pumpkin, an exotic foreign delicacy cooked to perfection, beloved without the step. Come. You seek domans, then you are come to the wrong place. My friend, delicious as my food stalls are, they find little favor with those from the south. Now, if it were Goro you were looking for, on the other hand, then I might be able to help you. They flock to my stall. I have brought you a new brush, my beloved, so smooth and silky your mane shall be the envy of every other man. Say again, you are seeking who? Ah, the Doman. I know of whom you speak. He comes and goes with a mall girl. Though I could not describe her, I only know that she is mall, because I heard them talking as they passed. Let's see. With the chat and say, use the keyboard or the software keyboard to enter any phrase that contains mole to ask the Ixal in reunion if they are of the mole tribe. Give me 1 second. All right. You take me for a mall, I am Oronir. Compare me not with one so weak and lowly. Yes, I am Mole. My name is Sirina. May I help you? Oh, that was easy. Oh, I see. You are looking for Hien. In that case, how urgent this business must be to leave our conversation unfinished. The Kinsai, will you buy it? There is but one bundle left. If not, then I will, though I had not thought to pay so high a price. It is a bargain for which you should be grateful. If you lack the coin, then the fault is your own, and you will leave with nothing. Please, I must have the Kinsai. The gods themselves requested it. We are bound to their will. Pay me the difference in whisper root. I will sell it to the next apothecary to pass through reunion, and we will each feel fairly treated. But do not tarry. Should another come before you, coin in hand, I will not refuse him. I understand. Thank you for your kindness. I am so sorry. I am sorry, but we must speak with Hien later. I cannot leave reunion without that Kensai. You want to help me? Is that it? I don't know what to say. Thank you, Akira. Thank you. The lumbering ones, we must fell wander the plains to the west of Reunion. If we each harvest 2, then we should have enough whisper root. Return here when you are finished. Good luck. All right. Bum, bum. 465 west. Oh yeah, I should summon my damn Tharn. I should farm when we get to the next dungeon. I should farm for gear. Yeah, like I would say, if you have the highest gear of a previous expansion, it would last within like till the mid dungeon of an expansion. All right. Uh, 308 west. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Southwest. That's a lot of sheep. Okay, where am I? 95 west. There it is. 400 north. Let's go back, shall we? Let's see. Ah, shit. So we got two, yep. Welcome back, Akira. Have you brought the whisper root? Blessed as he who shows kindness to strangers, for with fortune does he ever ride. With this quantity suffice. It shall. The Kinsai is yours. The gods favor you more than you know, child. Udgigan rarely have need of some herbs, and so my stock is limited. Have you come a day earlier or later, I would have none for you. Perhaps the gods guided me here as they guided grandmother, as they guided this woman from the west.
Hey! How goes the search? Any luck?
What fortune to meet a friend of the young master!
Well met, Cyrena. If you have an inkling as to the current whereabouts of Lord Hien, we should be most grateful for your assistance.
Oh, please! It is I who should be grateful.
Hold! What is this? I came first, you second! Know you to whom you speak? All people of the steppe should. Or have you fought so much that you have forgotten the face of your superiors? Superiors? I spit on your superiority, little prince! Twisted and mad as sand devils your kind are!
Those two don't seem to like each other very much.
Those boys are of the Oranir and Dothal, the two strongest tribes. The children of Azim are destined to rule, so they declare to all who will listen. Their word is law. For now. Grand, flamboyant fighters, but deadly, very deadly. He prances as a horse, as do his brothers after their many recent victories. The Undying ones too are strong, fearless, and vicious. They often reigned in the past. Now they are sorely tested. Ah, the master of the markets. He is Castir. To fight in reunion is forbidden, and to break the peace is to be banished forever. This he says without words, for words are lies to the Castir. They do not speak.
That's interesting. And all these different tribes share the same lands, do they? No wonder it's tense.
I shall look for you on the field at the Nardum. Mark my words! As shall I. Mayhap I shall take 11 more Dothal heads to make a dozen with yours. I look forward to the day!
The dispute will be settled at the Nardum?
A great battle held on the final day of the Sahan San. During this time, all bonds of hierarchy are broken. All Zayla are equal and free to prepare for the fight. The tribe which triumphs in the Nardum rules until the next Sahan-san, which in these lands is now.
Ah, so that is what they call the custom. I presume your tribe will also be taking part?
Not all seek the Dawn Throne. Some are satisfied with their lot. Others, like the Kestir, have reason to remain neutral. Them all are lambs among wolves. Long were we content to remain apart and live quietly, but... Never mind that. You seek Hien, yes? I know where he may be.
Alright. Oops. I make a good fight as much as they won, but we should probably find Hien and head back to Doma as soon as we can. The people have spoken. Lord Hien will heed their words. He must. If she knows where Lord Hien is, what are you waiting for? Ask her. Oops, I didn't want that. Long ago, my grandmother have received a vision from the gods, bade me go forth into the southern mountains. It was there that I found Hien, near death from many wounds. I brought him to our village, and there we nursed him back to health. Afterwards, he chose to remain, that he might repay us for our kindness. Doman set much store by honor and shame, so at first I did not question it. Excuse me, if I could see your map for a moment here. He has grown fond of this place. It affords him a view of the markets at the steppe. I would accompany you, but I must return to our village to prepare my grandmother's meal. Thank you again for your assistance. Our long-awaited reunion is at hand. Come, my friends, let us go and greet our Lord and Master. Alright, first we shall do some side quests. Yes, there is. How many side quests is there? 1. Hello, traveler. As it happens, some of the local Kestir merchants have been dealing with a problem involving your kind of late. Reunion is run by the Kestir. It will not do you any favors to displease them. The tribe is famed for its dislike of speech. They believe that all words are merely lies. The Kestir way is to show your intentions through your actions. Nothing else shall suffice for them. And yet a merchant from the far-off lands has recently appeared in Reunion, trying to force the Kestir to trade by using the very words they despise. Ignorance is no excuse. I have seen others attempt to explain the local customs to him. However, it matters not what anyone else. If he will not listen, I would appreciate it if you were to take responsibility for this buffoon. no doubt he is still in the constant harping on. Do 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 do. Ba 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 ba. I suppose you'd fancy taking part in this conversation anytime soon, would you? If I've done something to displease you, you need only tell me what. And just who would you happen to be? If you're here to trade, then you'll have to wait your turn. I arrived first. What's that? You're not a merchant? Well, you are aware of the funny customs these Quistier have. Apparently words aren't much use, only actions will do. I was told as much by members of the other Ori tribes, but I just can't bring myself to believe it. How can one run a market if they refuse to speak? Regardless, it does not appear that I stand to gain much from continuing to rely on speech. If even a fellow outsider such as yourself is telling me to follow the Christier customs, I suppose it is high time I acquaintance. Now that I think of it, if you're not a competitor, would you perhaps be interested in working with me? Seek me out if you'd like to hear more. It's been an eternity since I last had a chance to talk with a fellow traveler. The name's Gascott. Gascott. I belong to the Eastern Aldernard Trading Company, and I've been stationed in the Far East for a while now. I used to work at our Kugane office until a short while ago. Word has it, won't be long before Doma fully escapes the Empire's grasp. Very few merchants are going to pass up such a good opportunity to trade with a newly independent nation. I've always been a pioneer myself and decided that I would make certain I was the first to explore the new potential trade partner. I've brought bags full of foreign goods to impress the locals with. Yet despite this, I am unable to convince them to even talk to me. Never mind take a look at my wares. If only they knew what harrowing obstacles I have outcome just to be here. Countless levies paid to pirates, daring escapes from fearsome bandits and beasts. I could go on forever. And what is my reward? The icy stare of the Quistier woman. Until today, I had never met a lady that thought me anything but a charming gent. As it seems, I alone am not up to this task. I wish to ask for your aid. Knowledgeable adventurer, if you help me convince them to trade, I promise you untold discounts on everything I have for sale. No need to be so alarmed, friend. I merely wished for you to help me learn about Questery customs. I would not dream of asking you to threaten them or force you to help me with my work. Their culture is unlike anything I have encountered thus far. If I am to get anywhere, I must study all the customs and deities that govern their day-to-day lives. Only then do I stand a chance of convincing them to trade. This information shall doubtless be equally valuable to you on your travels. Why, if I weren't such a humble man, I would demand you show your gratitude to me for giving you this opportunity. Holy crap. Okay, fuck you. I just want the Aether Current. Fuck off. Oh wait. Okay. Okay, north. Okay. Give me a second. Okay.
The Kami are merciful! My lord Hien, I see you are alive and well.
Ah, you are come sooner than expected. So, my blade or my head? Which would you have of me?
The people of Yansha remain loyal to Doma. I have seen the fire in their eyes. They are ready to rise up and fight. The time is ripe, my lord. Return with us, blade in hand, and lead Doma to freedom.
Naught less than liberty will suffice, then. A pity. It will prove far more difficult to deliver than my head. But if my people wish to pursue an impossible dream, then who am I to deny them? Yugiri! Gosetsu! And,
The scions of the Seventh Dawn, my lord. Good and true friends who opened their hearts and homes to us when we fled to Eorzea. Far across the sea they have journeyed to stand with us in the fight for Doman liberation. To oppose the Empire, as they have in the West, where they are lauded as heroes for their many deeds.
Say no more, Yugiri. Say no more. I observed how you helped Cyrena, to whom I am deeply indebted. For that and for the aid you provided my people, you have my deepest gratitude. There is no doubting your strength nor your character. It would be my honor to fight by your side. So, what of Doma? Arise, my friends, and tell me of our home. I have made my decision. Yugiri, I bid you return to Yansha and take charge of our forces in preparation for my homecoming. As for our esteemed guests, I would ask that you remain here with me. I sense you will be a great help in the coming days.
Your will is my command, my lord, but how much longer do you intend to stay?
Oh, only until I have won the contest? I mean to return at the head of a Zayla army.
You mean to participate in the Nardum?
Have you a better idea? Consider how soundly we were defeated before. The Imperials may have since grown weaker, but we are weaker still. 'Twould be folly to challenge them without first supplementing our forces, so yes, I intend to win the Nardum and enlist the aid of every able-bodied Zayla I can. Furthermore, by championing the Mole in the contest, I can at last repay their kindness. Lest you forget they saved me from certain death, and a man who suffers such debts to go unpaid is without honor and unfit to lead.
Just so, just so. Our lord has spoken, Yugiri. But take heart, I shall keep him safe, and should it come to it, bring him back by force.
This is no laughing matter, Gosetsu. But if these are my orders, very well. Once more, I place my faith in you. Pray look after them both.
Looks like it's up to us then. Though it does seem a bit risky. Isn't Hien meant to be the next king of Doma or something?
So they say, though in truth I am but a pale reflection of my late father. All the more reason to entreat your assistance. For ours is an impossible dream. To set in motion a revolution that will rattle the very firmament and shake off the yoke of the most powerful empire in the world.
Akira Black Rose, was it? Once again, allow me to thank you for your many deeds in service to Doma. For 25 years did my father rule in the name only my rule. If one would deny to call it that, has been not in comparison. That changes now. We have a purpose and a plan, and after we take to the battlefield together, we will have victory as well. But you are a practical woman. I can tell, disinclined to trust in words when actions speak truer. I can relate. So you too have heard of the Nardum, the greatest battle for supremacy of the steppe. I learned of it during my stay with the Mole. To my knowledge, no foreigners have ever participated, ever less triumphed in the Nardum, but lack of precedent notwithstanding, I should think we would have good standing to bid them march with us to Doma. Should we win? Will they even permit us to fight, my lord? We belong to no tribe of the steppe. We are not without options, given what Sirnia has told me. You see, in accordance with the god's wishes, her people shall participate in the coming Nardum. And when they take the field, I mean for us to fight alongside them as fellow warriors of the Mole. But we need not discuss this at length here. Come, let us head north to Moloth. where Serenia and her people have made camp for this season. Ah, God, listening to the Doman theme. Ah, God, so good. Let's see. Okay. It will be northeast. Probably just north of here, right? Yeah, 246. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Northeast, yes. The OST in this area is really, really, really good. Serena came all this way by herself. She's braver than she looks. The beasts are near far. I saw more than a few stalking us as we walked. Truly, these lands are fraught in peril. My friends, I give you Mol Leoth, the Kisatan of the tribe Temulan, resides in the largest yurt. We should go and make our introductions. Itai. Okay, so it's roughly probably right around here. Nane. Yeah, it's north, yep. There's the ether current. Okay. Ba 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 da bum 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 ba da 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 da. Oh, whoops. At last, the travelers come.
Tamarun Hatun, Sirina, I am returned.
Ah, you found each other.
Ours is the soil, Hien. The Domans, and the Eorzeans, too.
You know us?
The gods know you, child. As do the stars in the heavens, which shone bright at your coming.
The mole hearkened to the whispers of the elder gods, which guide us in our daily lives. We know them through the Utun, like my grandmother.
Hatun, I am come to beg a boon of you and yours. That I might liberate my homeland, I seek to rally the strength of the steppe. To that end, I wish to fight in the Nardum, as a warrior of the Maul. Will you grant me this honor?
To stand with the mole is fruitless. Hien, do not do this. The gods may have willed that our tribe join in the Nardum, but there is no path to victory. We are weak and our numbers few. Even with your help, it would be impossible.
I thank you for your concern, Sirina. But it is precisely because of the seeming hopelessness of your cause that we must needs cast our lot with you. Were we to join hands with a more favored tribe, our victory would inevitably be attributed to them, and no one would follow me to Doma.
'Twas the gods' will that we fight. Mayhap this too is their design. Hear me then. As Hatun of the Mole, I invite you all to join with us in the Nardum. Will you look after them?
Come with me, friends. There is much I would show you.
You... wait. I would have words. A singular radiance, shimmering, like a jewel of the Dusk Mother, blinding in its brilliance. Stars flicker and flock to you. Before such gathered light, even the secrets of the gods may be laid bare. Some are fated to rise in grace and glory. Others to falter and fade, though not from memory. Both will be your strength and salvation come the end. Cherish the stars and the light they bring you in the dark. For you are a traveler, are you not?
Boom. Although I have spent much time with the mall, I have yet to fully grasp the nature of the Udgan and their insights. That they value the chance encounter and the potential fortune it brings, however, is plain. Let us try not to disappoint them. How confident and bold in the speech he has grown. More and more he reminds me of his father in his youth. I guess we'll have to beat some strong opponents to win this Nadam. But that's good, isn't it? I mean, if they were easy to beat, they wouldn't be worth taking back to Doma, would they? Thank you all for coming and for offering to fight with us in the Nadam. Though I still fear our chances are grim, I am grateful for your assistance. To be recognized as warriors of the mall, there is a trial you must overcome. But before we speak of such things, there is another, more pressing matter. Alright, that concludes this episode. Till the next episode, fare thee well.